So this is a 150. I've got a nice little caiman here, little feed cap thing there. The whole lid lifts up in one go, which is nice. Yeah, let's have a look. What's it like in there? Pretty cool. So this is a Juwel that is 180. So that's 150, 180. So I'm going to get a 30 litres. It's quite a little bit of an upgrade because I actually went from a 120 to this 150. So I'm going up another 30. I've cleaned it out, cleaned all the glass with like vinegar and a rough scrubbing brush, and it's looking good. I've got a little bit of water in there at the moment, just so I can see if there's any leaks and, at that level, and then I can put in a bit more and do the same. But that is normal tap water in there. There's no need for me to treat that while there's no fish in there, but any more I add will be treated potentially, and then maybe some water from the tank into there. LED lights, can't plug them in at the moment, but I will do. If you've got any questions about how to switch tanks and what's the best methods, because I've had buckets of water all sitting around from the normal, already ready aquarium water, which isn't really a major issue because the bacteria really is in the gravel and plants and things on them, and also in the filter. But it's nice to use the water, and not to throw it away. I'm going to need another 30 litres in there. Plus I've got a bit already, and I'm not going to be able to get every single drop out of there. So, and I have put the fish in a bucket at the last moment once it gets a bit shallow, so they've got somewhere to sort of be for a little bit. I don't put too many in the bucket. But then if I can get this ready in a better way, I can literally just move the fish over. So that is another way. It depends whether you want to move the tanks and things, because when I wanted to move this I had to get it really low, and because I switched the tank for this one. Got some air going on at the moment. And I did put the angelfish in the bucket. They're pretty good in a bucket because they're quite placid-ish type fish. And but I moved, I think the black one we just seen was where that one was. So I wanted to move them round, so I had to basically, the fish were almost stand in the same tank, but they're just in the wrong place, how I wanted it against this black wallpaper. Luckily for me, these tanks are right next to each other. So my old tank, I've got my gravel cleaner sitting on top of this little cave thing, and the pipe in there, so it's lower than the input, so it's going to go down. It's actually not down too bad, probably slower than if I was put into a bucket, which would then be right down on the ground. So this is my first initial. Once I get enough water out, I will then move my filter into there, because it's all high and open. I will then move this power lead extension into here where I've got a drawer, and I put my air thing, which is on here at the back, no ACs. I'll put that in there in the cupboard as well, because it's got a shelf for it and no back. And then I normally move the gravel first, some gravel. These fish don't really care about the gravel. My parrotfish moves it out of the way. But it's got a reasonable amount of beneficial bacteria. It's also helpful for, for some of the waste to sort of settle and be out of the way and not just floating around. And I move my plants in, then I'll move all the ornaments. Get it all looking kind of how it was before. So when I move it, the fish feel a little bit at home. They're a bit familiar with, what what's around. Now when you do this, always remember to turn your heater off, because if the water goes below the heater, it's not necessarily going to burn out the heater, but it's not necessarily going to be good for it, because it could heat up, cause a bit of problems. Because it will just come on because the air will probably be colder than what the water is, depending on where you are. So this is the stage I'm at. Check out my other fish videos. I've got a good one on this fish tank here, and my little parrotfish, and the other cichlids in there. I actually rescued that one there.